G'day everyone, welcome along, welcome to Steelhorse Station. Hope you've had a great weekend. G'day John, I can see you there. I think you've got someone else alongside in the background, can't be sure. But nonetheless, welcome to you. And I hope everyone is well, regardless of where you're joining us from around the world. For those that haven't been here before, I'm in Melbourne. It is Monday evening, just gone 7:30. But we get folks from all over on this stream. And today we are off to the Oaks. So let's get organised with the correct buttons and see if we can head across there. Let's see here. That needs to go there. John, good day to you, sir. And is it a bingo morning today, John? So as you can see, we're in March. I have picked up a couple of contracts, but we are also, with the rollover of the day, in the negative. So I have availed myself of a tool which I'm hoping will be useful for... Now what's happening here? Why are you not being very friendly? I suspect in order to get you to load, you need to move, yes. Right. And you can come back in, right. So we'll fill up the eggs. So I've decided you're going to do a togs do. Togs do. I've got no idea what a togs do is. That looked quite effective. We have 8,500 litres of eggs, so that's very good. Yeah, so my conclusion was that now that these the old geezers, there you go, okay. Now that these sheds are getting much closer to fully populated, we need a more efficient way of moving the eggs, and it strikes me rather than a single pallet, this is quite an effective way. So I just wanted to check with one that it would work, plus we were a bit strained for cash at the minute. So I've built one of those, or purchased one of those. But speaking of built, the other thing that I have done is, and I'm quite pleased with myself to be honest, so the need that arose, if we have a look at the chicken situation, welcome along to whoever's just joined, was we noticed at the end of the last stream that first of all, chicken coop 1 was pretty full, but it was also burning through the grain, and they were in danger of eating it all before the next harvest comes along. Whereas chicken coop 3 hardly has any, as does 4, and both of those have full grain stores. So what I was trying to do, chicken coop 2 in comparison has still got about half left. So I was trying to move some of the older chickens from coop 1 down to coop 4. You can see I've had one go at that. And the way I was doing it was using these crates off the mod hub, which work fine. But the only problem is they only hold 8 chickens. And so I decided we're going to need a bigger boat. And so I set about going into Giant's Editor and in fact creating a bigger boat. So this new crate holds 300 chickens, which is a much more efficient way to do things. And it works a treat. We won't fill it up for the moment because how are we going here? 1439, we could probably do to lose some more out of there. Let's see how we go. I'm not sure how successfully it will lift on these forks is the first thing. Now let's see, can you widen you out a little bit? It's certainly my first attempt at doing something that dramatic and making a model like that. And this is the problem I was having with these forks. So part of what drove me to this, I will show you just before we go too much further. So over here, I was attempting to move 2 of those little chicken crates. Am I able to share my personal edit? What I'll say at this stage is I'm working towards it. I'm reluctant because I used the 8-person, even though it's substantially different, and I kind of near enough started from scratch. I did use the 8-person crate. Now, what am I looking for here? Just while I'm continuing to think. So you'll see up there the 8 Chook crate. And what I need to do before I'd be confident to release it, John, is get in touch with I think it's Mac Trucker 921 somehow and check that they were okay with it. My plan B, because ultimately I'd like to release it. To my way of thinking, it's a gap on the mod hub. There isn't an equivalent, and I've specifically built it to be a unit that can go on a trailer or a flatbed. So that's the main thing holding me back at this stage. But part of what's in my mind is at the moment it's based on changes I did to the crate mod, but to my way of thinking, it needs doors on the back and the ability to open. So now that I know how to do it, the next thing I need to learn is I know how to make it work in Giant's Editor. I now need to figure out how to make it work, and you can see it's actually moving on the bed there, and I don't really understand why that's the case, because it shouldn't have any velocity at all. I now need to figure out how to make a mesh and some steel in Blender and then move that across, and then I can put gates on it and do it. So what I'm aiming for is to actually learn how to do that, and then it might be a mod that I can then A, release privately, but also B, have a go at getting it on the mod hub. So that's my thought process. But for now, that's where I'm up to. So what we're going to do, because it's a little awkward with this truck trying to back it in, we'll come down here later. And move, let's strap you on, and move some of the Chooks down. We'll bring the Landy, and that'll be a bit easier to manipulate the trailer in the doorway because it does fit. That was the thing I discovered, is having built it, then the tray of the truck was too high for the door of the shed. You know, all these little minor problems that you have. But it was an interesting voyage of discovery, and I'm quite pleased with the result. And now I have the ability to move 300 chickens at a time, which makes everything a lot more practical, and we'll get to the point where we want to be selling those off, and that's a reasonable load. Now, let's send you... Oh, let's check. I'm pretty sure you're going to be going to there. Let's just check in Mark's tool to see eggs. Oh no, eggs are actually going to the farmer's market, a different location. So where on earth is the farmer's market? Production, sell points. Down here, farmer's market. I don't believe we've been there. Where is the farmer's market? Let's have a look. The other idea that I had, John, was to, must be over here somewhere, drive-through workshop, farmer's market there. Oh, it's okay. It's up near our other farm. Was to make a video that, for those that are inclined, show others how to do it. So, and then in the course of doing that, I can give all the credit in the world to the maker of the original mod. The fiddliest part of it is that you have to create an individual position for each of the chickens, which is a bit annoying. That's really interesting. Why does this field look like this? Something truly bizarre going on in parts of this map. G'day, Mark Haythornwaite. It's not our field, but nonetheless, does look a bit strange. So let's have a look at contracts, because we need to get cash sorted. So I've picked up 2 contracts, one for wheat and one for sugar beet, both of which we can do. Let's see if we can get both of those underway. The wheat one might be, well, the wheat one's going to take the longest. So wheat on field 6. Let's see here. We need a tractor like this one. Where have I left? There is a weight sitting over there. So let's pop you on. We also have buckets of silage now in the clamp, so we can sell that fairly swiftly when we get a chance. But that the first order of business is to get rid of those eggs that we've just loaded up, because they'll go pretty close to taking us back into the positive. Mark, we've had a couple of purchases since you were last here. We felt compelled to use the cash that was on offer for a variety of different things. Now let's see. Let's see if we can get you out of there. Fill you up with seed and dispatch you off to field 6, I think. We've got wheat set, so that's good. Yes, but he hasn't seen us just load up a truck fullish of eggs that are on their way to market as we speak. So let's just send you to field 6. Where are we here? Field 6 south. We don't want you doing that. We want you to load. We don't want you to load, actually. We just want you to drive there. That'll do. Oh, while we're over here, 3670 is the one we're going to use, isn't it? I think. What's that? What do those horse planters require? I forget. We haven't used those for a little while. Planter, planter, planter. Oh, try there. Planter, horse planters require 180 horses. That might be, for an old tractor, that might be a little on the light side. Oof. Let's pop you back in the shed for now. And go and get the other one. We may still get a second, the 3670, but for now, let's just get one tractor out and sorted. Now, have we got seed in the horse? That's the question. We have corn in it, and we want sugar beet. There we go. Now, we don't have any cash in the silo. We don't have any other seed at this farm. What HP has the Voltra? This Voltra, from memory, is 200 and something. 230. So a nice size for this job, and I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be a seed. Don't think I can get. Can I get seed out of that silo? I don't think I can. Can I get seed out of here? Nope. What is in that silo? I can get seed out of there as long as I buy it. Okay. So we need cash before we can solve for that. So you can sit there. Josh's silo sells seed also, does it? Ah, it is Josh's silo. So I think what we'll do is sell that one then. Because I much prefer... I thought it was only did lime and fertilizer. Now what'll be interesting here, I've probably come the wrong way for the spout. I have, I'll bet. Yeah, I was just thinking that I should be able to sell it. Only problem is this. I might struggle to get a fill out of Josh's. Let's see here. No, because it's trying to charge me. So it is, let's see here. Yeah, it looks like it's quite a civilized trigger on it, so I would expect nothing less from Josh. So what we'll do is follow Mr. Haythornwaite's suggestion and get rid of this silo, which was on the list of things to get rid of anyway. Didn't quite get us there, so let's turn you off for a sec. And then go find... You're already at the field. Where's field? One, two, three, four, five, six. Is just behind me, right. So we'll whack you into there. Take you off that. 6 meters. 3 headline. Actually, we'll do 4. Start on the center. Generate. Start. The one advantage of prepaying our worker children. Just get that out of the wall. Yeah, we don't want you or you. You're the one we want. What are you doing? Just stuck in the middle of the intersection. Why are you stuck in the middle of the intersection? Colliding with the street sign would be my guess, I'm presuming. Probably because I've put this bag on sideways and it's slightly wider than the... Yeah, to get to the farmer's market, I come down into town, don't I? I think. Yes. It's down here on the right somewhere. Or on the left. Left, right. One of those military directions. I'm thinking right. And we need to go... Where's your sell point? In front? I'm on it. Yeah. But you're too high off the ground. What's the bet? It's annoying. Hello. Oh, there we go. You're empty. And now we have some cash. Now let's pop you back on there. Flash you back on and send you back to Coop 1 Park. Are you going to sort yourself out? No, you're just going to be painful. Right. So this is the guy we want. Which fills you up nicely. I do not want you full of that. So now we want to send you off to... Field 71. We're on the north side. This one is sugar beet. Field 71, sugar beet. Good check though. Always good to be checking that. There have been occasions, I am prepared to admit, where I have commenced seeding the wrong product. So, you're off to field 71, which is where on the map? Ah, not far away. And what we can set him up to do is come backwards and forwards. Let's have a look. We want that vehicle. So let's take the landy off that trailer. We can send the landy across to the chicken coops. And I'm thinking that we might leave the landy parked at the chicken coop for now. So let's, while we're up here, turn those off. Welcome along. I think we've got a couple of lurkers in the background. Great to have you in. Feel free to ask any questions that may spring to mind. Now, food and water are looking good there, and you can see because we put one cow in there, we're able to, two milk age cows. We're able to start producing milk, which is a good thing, so that'll come along slowly. Now, nothing we need to do there. Let's duck across to, where are you? Almost at 71. You're not far away. Don't want you. You're actually trucking along quite nicely. Getting a bit of wheel slip there, which is not what I would have expected. No worries, Mark. Good to see you. So, I think we do put you on the other horse. You did pull it last year before we got the bigger tractors. What we might do though is put decent tyres on you and give you a chance. So Massey will repair you up and we'll customize you. In fact, that mightn't be a bad idea. Put rear twins on. Although that's $5,000. No, let's do it. It should oh, am I going to be able to get you out of the garage? This could be interesting. Whoa, that was close. Back you across there and get you on without collecting anything that gets us into trouble. Line you up. Not too bad. That's better. Let's fill you up as well. That's it. Well, I have lower confidence that this will navigate successfully to field 71, but we'll give it a go. Field 71 north, and get the correct seed. Okay, you're on your way. Oh, you're almost there, so let's do you. Oop, there's a gate post there. Did not see that from afar. So the truck made it back, but got stuck on the with the congestion we have created. Let's turn you round. Let's take you off. Oh, I'm not in that vehicle, rightio. You're gonna get stuck on that. Yeah, I thought you would. Those air conditioners need the collisions taken off them when I get a minute. I'll take you off there. Disconnect you. Which one has the eggs in it? That one. Auto load, we're on the correct side. And we're loading eggs. Just what we want. Let you fill up. It's now one thing I didn't do on my little crate here, which I need to, is label the back, because there it is. The collision for the chickens is only at one end. We'll just turn that around on there. Oop. Lock you on. And get out of there. A little bit of jumping around, but we're getting... Why did that only pick up one? These, I swear, these forks are really screwed up. And it's this is the second set. So I sold the set that launched the guy into the tree. But now I'm going to have to fix this at some point. Because if I reset it, we'll lose the... How many eggs are in it? 1342. You gonna let me pick you up? Nope. The only thing going for us... You see, there's something funky going on. I can't get into that vehicle either. So I've got a weird... It's not throwing any errors because they're all course play. Unknown entity in method has XML property. Don't know what is going on here, but whatever's happening, it's not letting me get into a vehicle. I've had this occur a few times in the last couple of weeks. So it's clearly a conflict of some sort. If I tab, I can tab into a vehicle, and now I should be... Whoa! There we go. Well, that's magic. I have no idea what just happened there. But it made a mess of the eggs. Few omelets in here. Yeah, I've still got lumberjack on, so something strange is occurring. We'll leave that mess there because it didn't quite fill it. Yeah, can you pick it up and put it on the truck without creating a mess? Yeah, see, that's almost behaving properly. Don't know what it is. It even slid back on the forks like it was supposed to. So when it works fine, it's actually good. Let's just straighten you up, pop you down. There we go. You need to go back to the farmer's market. Let's try getting you unhooked from there. Right. Can you get out without crashing into anything? You can. Very good. So you're at field 71. You're both here, in fact. How big's field 71? What's it say is the seed requirement for this contract, I wonder? Yeah, so you're going to have to fill up at least once. So what we'll do is grab a course that doesn't look anything like that. I think we'll go 4 headlands. There's 2 tools. Start work on the center, sharp corners clockwise. Just bump you up to 3. Generate the course. So you are the left. We want to copy you. We want to send you to the first waypoint on the left course. And we need to go into there. And we don't want sowing machines to use fertilizer. Off you go. Now then we can do the same thing. Put your course on. You want to be on the right. Let's check. Turn that off. Ridge markers, symmetrics. Why are you not deactivated? That's correct. And we want, what were we here? 71 north. Load. So 71 north. We want you to load at the I think I've called it solid fert silo, and we want you to only put seeds in. You're on there, and you need to go to the first waypoint on the right side. Take that off. Now let's see how that goes. If you successfully make it to the other side of the field, we might sit with you. Who have we got driving today? This looks like Penny. See if we manage to get two working correctly on the field. It's looking kind of promising. So then the other decision we need to make today is, what are we going to plant in our field? So the new field we've purchased, I have limed it ready to go. Oh no. I'm sorry to hear that, John. That's not the the news anyone wants. Not good at all. Okay, that looks like it's working fine. Are you okay? Nope, you fell off. Don't know why that happened. So if we look at fields, and I guess, yeah, because we have the harvester, so we were planning to put sugar beet in 61 and 62 anyway, but given we have the bigger harvester, maybe we should do 69 as well, and we own the sugar factory. Maybe that would be a smart move. My other thought, well, in fact, it introduces options because we put grass in. There's a cover crop on 61 and 62. We can't plant. Well, if we're going to plant sugar beet, we've got 3 months to plant. I don't think we can cut the grass until next month. But we could put sugar beet in straight away. The other option, which is kind of extending your line of thinking, why did you not sell? Become a sugar daddy. Indeed. You didn't sell because you... oh no, you just probably travelled through the sell point too fast. Okay. That'll do. And you can go back to coop 1. What I was just thinking out loud is, regardless of whether they're ready to plant, we could go ahead and put sugar beet in 69 and then potentially put sugar beet in one of 61 and 62 and put some soybeans in the other one. That was a thought. Or just go ahead and put sugar beet in all 3. Let's head across and have a look what the state of the fields are. Are they ready, in fact, to mow? Because that sort of will tidy up our options a little bit. No, they are not. So they're going to be next month before they're ready to roll. And you'll see that the rolling we did on them made no difference whatsoever. Yep. So they're both in the same boat. So what I'm thinking then, have we got a little... I think we've got a little planter in the shed down here. Maybe we can stick that on the other, on one of the little tractors and just get it chipping away at 69 while our new field is, while our big gear is doing, yeah, we do have a little planter. So what's he take? Wrong key. Let's see here. Planters. 100 horses. So 25. Well, we've we've turned the 5465 into the yard tractor, so we don't have anything. What it actually highlights is that we've got a need for a new tractor, or new slash second-hand tractor in exactly that size bracket. 45,000. We're not quite there. That's a funny tire configuration. But something exactly like that 120 horses, it'd be really 120, 130 horses for 50 grand would be quite helpful. How many hours is on it? 18 hours. See, it's a babe. An interesting thought. Okay. Because I don't want to take our yard tractor, having just created it as a yard tractor, and then immediately go and put it on a fieldwork job, particularly with 138 hours on it. That's kind of defeats the purpose. What we can do next is head here and query as to how that magically fell off there all on its own. So I've done something wrong. There is something odd happening. I reckon I've got my collision. There's some issue with how I've set the collisions, just based on the fact that it's not happy there. So that'll be a mistake I've potentially introduced. Yeah. Let's just do a little experiment here. I don't want to move 300. But let's just check that it kind of works the way we want. So our back's in the door, that's always a good start. Somewhere around here. Animal dialogue, there we go. Chicken transport crate, that's what we're looking for. Now, if I take two, I don't want to take the young ones out. So 15, 23. So let's select you and grab all of those. So 8, 13, 7, 11, 6, 1, 12, 21. Select all of you. There were more. How many? I should have gone backwards. 34. Move all of you across. Now, so I think we'll leave anything under 12 months in this 15 months. Select all of you. Nine, 4, 2. Oh, found some 13s. Oh, there's a lot of 13s. There's no downside with moving lots because that just improves the feed coverage. Because there's plenty in the other one, and you can see. So it just populates. Even got a little bit of tail feather sticking out through the wire. Oh, I managed to put the rooster in there by the looks. Never mind. It's just a little tight to get round, but that's okay. But I'm pleased with that. Does the job. Fairly effective. Probably wouldn't hurt to be just a fraction narrower. And in fact, these are drive-through, aren't they? These sheds. Come on, just poke through there. Oh, of course you'd just get caught on the end. Man. Let's try that again. Complete the turn before we get to the doorway. And in for a close-up. Just leave the help text on so that we can see when we come up. Complicated procedure. Oh, found it almost. There it is. Transport crate. Get rid of you. Okay. So now we can see we've got 165 in there and plenty of food. Let's get off. You can just park there for the minute. Let's shut you. Yep. Shut you. Shut you. No. Anytime you're ready. There we go. That's the other chicken crate. We can pop you in the corner. So now, just park you on the side. We can leave this equipment down here for now. You in. Eggs 11 gone everywhere. So what were your thoughts, John, on that, on what to do with the sugar beet? Should we put it in all 3 fields or just 2 of them? Do you have a preference one way or t'other? It's a bit messy, but it'll get itself sorted, and he'll be stuck around there. Gosh. So I think it's pretty interesting. So those 2 units are powering through the contract on 71. How's our man going on field 6? Yeah, not too bad. Going all in on 3 fields. Okay. I mean, it makes sense to me. We've got the gear now. We've got the we've got the facilities. Now let's have a look what we've got. Speaking of facilities, what we've got to sell. We need the truck if we're going to sell some silage. Price is not bad for silage at the present. Sugar price is not horrid. Let's just, what does sugar do? Is it worth? Oh, it's only going to go up from here, so we might as well. It doesn't vary an enormous amount, but we might as well hang out for the sugar that we've got. That's true too. We do have the workforce, and we're gradually getting the equipment. Potentially then, what we could do, maybe that then becomes the play. So we do the sugar beet at the Putney farm, and then as we, because I'm still keen, if it's at all possible, to try and buy field 28, and because it's a late plant, where are we here? Soybeans. We can plant soybeans right up to the end of May, so potentially we throw, and soybeans won't require fertilizer, so not as much workforce prep. If we can get field 28, we throw soybeans in there, although it looks like it might have been planted. Let's just see. It has been planted, so nix that idea. That in itself could mean we Maybe pick up one of the other fields. Interesting. Very interesting. What else is happening on the contract front? There are some fertilizing contracts. There are some lucrative fertilizing contracts. Boom, 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 boom. I'm tempted to grab that one. And that one. While they're available. Don't have to do them right this minute. But we've got the sprayer sitting there and we know that works pretty well. We set the kids up in the right tractor. What is the smallest? Field 60, you think? Let's just, no. Why doesn't it give me a horsepower requirement for the sprayer? It's 4.2 tons plus, you'd have to imagine. So it's about a 7-ton unit to pull. What's the 3707? No, I don't want to do that. 75. Yeah, it's really too small to be pulling that. All that's telling me is we need that extra tractor to fill in that power gap. The other thing I could do, of course, is take that off there. It probably doesn't, but a 3-ton tractor pulling a 7-ton rig on a field doesn't strike me as particularly realistic, particularly when I know that that's a small tractor. But what we have got is the spray unit, the spray back for this truck. You're going to fit through there. You're just going to be a pain. No, you're going to just not quite fit in that direction. That doesn't matter. Put you down like so. Turn you off for now. We'll come back and worry about that after. Let's send you back. Of course, I could pull the sprayer with the truck. Let's send you to Equipment Park 1. Let's see where we get to. Meanwhile, you're just about where are you up to here? You're just getting yourself sorted there, are you? Whatever. Funny bit of course you're trying to do. Looks like the terrain angle's screwed up on this field. That's very odd. Because MPA multi-terrain angle is set here, but what are you doing? So you're heading down the field. So you were just heading for where you wanted to start, but even so, I would have expected that terrain angle to be much closer to the direction of travel than it is. It's very odd. We'll see if the see if you head off in the right direction in a minute when you run out of seed and need to fill up. Welcome back. Well, we made a decision while you were away. We're just finishing this contract here. The decision we made was with our new field 69, we're going to put sugar beet in all of it because one of the things you might not have caught up on from last week was we had a deal we couldn't walk past, and we now own a sugar beet harvester. So the thought process was that given we've got much more capacity now to harvest sugar beet, putting all three of those fields as sugar beet, given we own the factory as well, is a good way to really, as I think John put it, become a sugar daddy. So that's that part of the plan. And then what I'm thinking is if we manage to luck in and get the funds to buy a field up here, 28's already been planted with corn by the looks. So we don't really, well, we could get corn because we would just silage it. Or we could buy a field without a crop in it and put soybeans in it. We have not got the header yet. That was a conscious decision to wait and see whether something comes up in the sale that we could pick up, or whether other things change, given that we won't actually be using the machine until September. There's plenty of time to solve for the header. There was no need to go spending cash on that right at the present. And then the other thing we were contemplating while you were away, well, at least I was there's a very handy mid-range tractor in the second-hand market that because the other thing we did last week was we converted the 5465 into the yard tractor at the other farm. Oops, what am I trying to look at? I'm trying to look at this. So we've got the 3 larger tractors, which are working well. This one's nearing retirement and lighter duties. But the smaller ones, this guy, 5,000, I think. 5,000, 8,000. This guy at 150 horses got 138 hours on it and was just racking up lots of maintenance. So we put a front loader on it. So we've got a front loader now in the main yard. And that immediately proved useful. And then we need something about that size, and that opportunity at 50 plus, so let's say 60 all up, would fit the bill quite nicely. So 7.5, yeah, 7.5 makes it 130. So I think that is something we should be aiming for. So with that in mind, we have taken a couple of extra contracts. We're making good progress through the contracts that we've got. And we've got a couple of fertilizing ones that we'll get to shortly. So that's catching you back up. Now, oh, the other thing we did was we tried out the Chook transport that I had the Putney kids whip up in the workshop. That will move 300 chooks, and it works pretty well. So we were able to move a few from coop 1 down to coop 4 where we've got the feed. So for the most part they're spread out, and what that should mean is, I don't know, we definitely need a version of your quick check mod that works for animals, that gives you a sensible summary. So not telling you that how many chooks there are in this coop is really annoying, especially when you get this sort of disposition. Anyway, there's a lot less. There's about 1,000 there now in coop 1, which should mean this feed will go pretty close to lasting to the harvest, because they're all younger than 12 months. That's exactly what they were about. So what happened was I was trying to move chooks. I'll just replay this story for, sorry, John, and others that were here at the beginning. 8 at a time. Stand in front of the barn. Right. Oh, yes. In front of the barn and see how many chooks are in it. Yes. So there's 1,300 in there now, but they're all younger than 12 months in here. Whereas I moved all the older ones down here where there is food. So we've got all 4 barns in operation now, and I can move 300 a time in these, because I was doing my head in moving. Yeah, I see the total. But the problem is, if I'm not at the farm and I'm just using the animals panel, it doesn't tell me anywhere. So yeah, moving 8 at a time was doing my head in, and not only that, the pallet forks decided to launch one of them, which ended up in that tree over there. So that was the point where I decided there had to be a better way, and the Putney workshop came to the fore. So still a bit of work to do. I was explaining to John before, I don't want to share it with anyone because it's I basically just played with it in the editor to expand, I think it's Mac Trucker 921's cage. I'd like to put gates on it, so I need to figure out in Blender how to make this mesh or a mesh so that then I've got complete control of the model and I can rebuild it. But I got all of the basics sorted out, so that was my little weekend project, and we demonstrated that it works, so that's a good start. So let's catch up. Where are we up to here? We are looking right. We could. I don't feel like we should though. We could put the spray body on the back of that, but I don't think we should spray another farmer's crop with the truck in the field. So, oh, you didn't work because I haven't reset you to do that. You need to go to solid fert silo to fill up seeds, back to there. Right. Now the other guy is definitely empty. You need to go to field 6. Load. You're going to the other place. Putney main yard. Lime fill third. But you're probably not going to work because you won't fill up from that silo. We'll send you anyway. What is your problem? Oh, you're just thinking about it, that's all. You're just finishing that field. He looks like he's heading back to where he should be going. And you will get to the end of the road. That's all right. Good. How far through the field are they? 53%. You have how long to go? Half an hour, you reckon? So we'll get this done. Now, where are you going? Big bean down to the field exit. You're going to exit the field up where you were. That's probably my fault. Yes, it is. It's underpowered for this, but it's the closest we've got if I want to have 3 bits of equipment running. So, which I did because we'd let the cash run down and I wanted to get through these planting contracts while we had the chance. Is it just me or are the wheels falling into the ground? Interesting. Lots of odd things going on. The terrain angle's not right either. Strangest way to turn. Well, let's go switch back to the other one and just see how he navigates back at the farm, if I can find him. 71. Where are you? Where did you go? I had you for a second. Where are you going? I know you should. Well, you're actually. You were up here a minute ago, though. Are you unable to resolve how to get out from here? That could be the problem. Okay. Okie dokie, come on. I'll take pity on you. Turn off. Stuck in a loop you can't control. Now, let's go up here. Maybe there's a gate shut, which is the problem. Yeah, there is, I think. Oh no, gate's open. Where am I? I'm not on the road I thought I was on. But that's okay. We shall enjoy our ride in the Voltra. Gets up and moves, the Voltra, that's for sure. Tootles along very nicely. I reckon I probably prefer it over the mid-size JCB, actually. Fast track. And in contrast to the Massey, it was not struggling. No, this is the first of this model that I've used. I've used the little older ones. But this one's nice. It's pretty quiet as well. Remarkably clean for a work tractor on the inside. I don't believe that it is. I will check in just a minute when we get a full load of seed on. This could be a bit narrow and exciting. There we go. $50 is probably a bit fast for the entry to the farm, but it is our place after all. Ah, hit that correct. Did it again. That's better. Yeah, you should be able to don't want nearest, I want last. Come on. You can get there from here, I know you can. Right. So the answer to John's question is best answered if I go to the correct screen. It is a mod. It's a variant though of, I think, the standard T series. Yeah, there's a package. So it is the, I don't think, I couldn't tell you what the particular differences are. It looks pretty sharp. And it can't have been too way out as a mod because I'm pretty choosy about what tractor mods I put in as a general rule. We don't want you. You managed to get seed, so that's a good start. Which may in fact mean you can resume all on your own, son. That's promising. I didn't expect that unit to be able to fill itself up, but it worked well. And this guy is starting a headland by the looks. Albeit struggling, as Mark pointed out. So I was talking last week about the series that I'm going to do on the valley, the old farm. Yeah, the terrain is really screwed up for some reason. I don't know why. I've got no idea what is causing that. It could be peculiar to this field. It's almost as though the field definitions are messed up here. Or didn't get updated when multi-terrain angle was put on. Anyway, new series. The reason we haven't seen an episode is I'm just having trouble with the first episode, getting it to sort of gel and flow and feel right. But I've settled on the challenge aspect. So it's a series about a challenge, and then there's characters that fulfill the challenge in the same way I normally do a series. These are new characters, of course, that I felt appropriate to the old farm. So, and I won't give too much away of that story, but the essence of the challenge, if there is any interest, is... It's played on the Valley of the Old Farm. You start on hard mode with 400,000 in the bank. You must buy the bakery and another block of land. Something with the house. You must put in 5 apple trees. And the goal is in 5 game years, playing single day months, to generate $1 million in cash and fill the bakery with inputs so that you've got at least two of the product lines running. Mods are allowed, provided they don't subvert the basic rules of the economy. You must only use electric vehicles on your farm. You can take a contract each month using diesel equipment. And you have 5 years to get it done. I think I said that. So that's the essence of the challenge. And so we'll see how the series goes to get that sorted. our character on this map is Gilles, our primary character, and the rest will become evident in the first episode. So I'm going to try and do the series at a 10 times speed, single day months. So in essence, it's a sort of shaping as a 60. Well, thank you, John. It's shaping as a 60 episode series, but my goal is to see if I can keep the episodes to just under 30 minutes rather than the length they've been running, and that should help me produce them and also sort of keep the pace up a little bit. So we'll just experimenting with a few things, but as I said, I'm just having a few issues with the first episode. I did shoot it a couple of times today and it's close, it just doesn't quite feel right. I find it quite interesting. It sometimes takes me a few goes to sort of get into the head of the character. Because he's only doing bits around the edges, this first headland isn't actually using much seed, so, which is kind of interesting. Now, where did the Voltra go? I saw him come back, but I can't actually see him on the field. Is that him in the distance? Yeah, maybe it is. He's right up the other end of the field, so it looks like he's working. Yep, so this end of the field's all screwed up on the terrain angle as well. Most odd. $56 litres. Pertinent question will be, will you manage to get off the field yourself? Probably not. So we'll just go and rescue you. It'll be quicker. Where's the other exit from this field? Can I tell? One there. One in the west. Must be over here. I'll go take the westerly exit. If I do that, what are you doing? I don't want you at first waypoint, do I? Thank you. So the plan at this stage is, yes, that's part of the reason for trying to get it to run a little bit shorter, is that I've still got more, there's still more story to tell for sure on Silver Run, and what's interesting to me is that Griffin, there's plenty to do on Griffin because it's a different sort of story going in a different direction. I was preparing to bring that one to sort of a close, but it's actually more popular. And I wonder if it's because people just assume Silver Run is all about logging. And I mean, I do have more logging activity on there, but I think just the name Silver Run puts a few people off. It's kind of, it was topical and trendy there for a while, but it faded quite quickly. Whereas interestingly, Griffin is retaining, relative to my stats anyway, its popularity. So I'm happy to keep going as long as it's attracting an audience. And I mean, we haven't fulfilled Kevin's goals. He's not master of the universe in Griffin. He hasn't, as much as he'd like to pretend he's close, he hasn't actually got $1 million worth of cattle. There's still a fair way to go to get that. There's a fairly hefty loan sitting there, so there's plenty of work to do. So that's a long answer to your short question, which is yes. I think I can run the 3 series in parallel. Okay, so you seem to much prefer that exit, and you were able to get out and find your way back, which is good. So that means you should be able to fill up all on your own. We don't need anything more done at the chickens. Excellent. Do you have a favourite out of the 2, John? That's not a problem at all. You've got to get sorted for your togs. I'm not going to run much over tonight as I am back on the morning in Newlands. He's going pretty good. So he's probably got 2 more headlands to do. How far is that going to go? Yeah, that's fair enough. Luckily, we've, I mean, we've got 9 fields on Silver Run now. So the need for logging has reduced substantially, and I've dropped, like, you know, every now and again we've got logs we've cut that we deliver up to the sawmill and everything, but I'm definitely not spending whole episodes logging, far from it. Spending much more time doing regular farm work. I don't want to do anything with you there. Don't want to do anything with you there. What we could do, just while we're here, what's happening with these chooks? See, they're almost fully populated again. Oh, you like the yes, well, it was quite a bonus when I discovered that I could run the yarder up the river under the bridge and unload the little platform that I'd constructed, because the original purpose for that platform that Jake built there was simply to keep the logs neatly piled, stop them falling into the river and off the track, so that I had access along there, because my first thought was to replant sugar beet along there. And then somewhere along the line I thought, oh, I wonder if I can run, when we planted the other field on the other side of the bridge, and so I thought, I wonder if I could run the yarder. I can pretty much see it, and sure enough you can. So once I was able to convince Danielle and her father, it's all worked a treat. And whilst it feels slow doing it, based on my skills loading the semi, it's actually works out quicker than loading a trailer and driving it around, and much less problematic. So you're all good. Okay. Oh, that's what I needed to do. I remember now. See you, John. Have a good one. Hope your afternoon goes well. I know I've got a couple of lurkers there in the background. Thank you very much for hanging around. Now we need to pick up a couple of bales because they are in the way over here and I missed them the other day. Which spike, move you across. Third spike's a bonus. Makes it much easier to see. Back up. Just to the right. Now, I've also got to go and get that. I might just put these straight in here, I think. Pop them in the store. Good. Oh, we're doing a little bit of yard work. Probably wouldn't hurt to uncover that bunker. There we go. Drive you round. And we want to... which one? One of these. That's up and down. That's the one I want. Shift M brings you in. Worked wonders getting that once we tidied up this mod so that it works properly for us. So now we can back you up. B will turn you on. That should just give us enough to get in there. There we go. Turn you off. Right, so that's all ready to go when we get a vehicle capable of towing the big trailer. What am I gonna do? Yeah, I wonder. Wonder how heavy on the hitch it would be. I haven't ever tried it. Let's just... We only want a tow, so let's take the semi off. You do actually have a PTO on there, not that we plan on using it, but we can run you down to the other farm. You need to go to... We're not delivering, we're driving, aren't we? Putney main yard. Will do. Excellent. Now, let's just see where we're up to here. You're seeding, which is good. And you've only got one headland to go. So you're coming up close to the close. You've had good progress in this field. Ah, you got stuck. You didn't fill up, which is interesting. You missed that. Let's just turn you on. You went to the liquid fert silo, which is... Why did you stop there? Interesting. Because you should have... Oh, it's got a different name. Gave it the wrong one. Oh no, that's the seed mineral feed silo. What are you... I haven't given you a name, that's why. That is the reason. So you need a line that comes off. Yeah, you should be able to go into there. Let's turn you off. Let's do you, and this is cow seed bill. No, cow farm seed lime. Bill. Right. And then you, I want something like so. Let's turn you off. You are not close enough. You are there. Let's just do a little bit of editing. Like so. And turn you off. You're fine. You should sort yourself out with any luck. We don't want you doing that. Stop you there. Escape. Almost. Let's try. Getting the correct. Oh, I didn't want you to open them all. Thank you. That's the one I want. That's not the one I want. Where did it? Let's put it up the top. That's where it is. Okay, let's try that again. You ended up down there. You should be good. Except, I've got to get you out of the tree. That might be better. Now you should be right. Did that the hard way, I think, folks. Alright, now with any luck, you should find your way back and you can resume. Last waypoint. That'll be... What are you doing over there? You're on the wrong course. It's the only trouble with tight yards. You just end up with a few choices, and if you're not perfectly precise, it makes the wrong decision. I've got a worker in there, and we're... Connected to what? Wow. Now you should be right. So, with that done, you can come around and pick up. It's a bit late to be heading to the animal dealers now. It's 5:30 in the afternoon, but we'll be all set for next time when we're back at the end of the week. $36.70. You're doing the last headland and you've got enough speed to get around, so that's excellent. 82% done on the contract, so I'm pleased with that. How long have you got left according to you? 5 minutes left, right? And you are fine as the light goes down and you're on your way back. So I think we've gone past the appointed hour. So we might leave it for there for today, folks. Thank you everybody very much for watching. It's much appreciated. And I'll be back in 9.5 hours time. We'll be on Newlands tomorrow. We have the sugar beet harvest is finished there. We've got lots of animals to deal with and plenty of decisions to make about prepping some new fields for the next season. So until then, stay safe, have fun. See you next time.